Hey there, and welcome back to Crystal Talks. It's Katie and Cynthia here. We are coming at you today with a kind of special episode, a new series where we're going to talk about crystal shapes. And this is sometimes something I feel like we don't think about, right? But we know crystals are all about energy and the vibration and the intentional, the choosing and the intentional use of that energy and vibration, right? To support our intentions, to support us moving through life. And, really beautiful because it's all part of nature's magic. And so today we want to talk about crystal shapes. And over the next couple weeks, we're going to talk about these shapes and kind of what their energy is and what we can use them for. So, what are different shapes? Some of you might be like, well, crystal's a crystal, right? Sure, yeah. Each shape has its own vibration, its own energy. So, what are some of those shapes? First of all, we have raw stones, right? This is a raw carnelian, raw amazonite, raw citrine, right? So it's not a tumbled stone. It's not like smooth edged. It's raw. It's kind of a piece. It might look like it's broken off or, whatever, but it is a piece of the stone. It's not kind of tumbled in any way to make it smooth around the edges. It's rough. Then you have a tumbled stone, which would be like this stone, right? This is tumbled, it's smooth, it's soft. It's not like a specific shape. I had another stone here with me too, but I can't find it, so it doesn't matter. But it's kind of, just tumbled. It's smooth, it's soft. It's not that raw or kind of ripped apart look. Then you have a cluster, which is going to be a cluster of stones. Cynthia's holding one up for you to see. That's like a cluster of points. Really beautiful, beautiful stone. Then we have just points themselves. These are great, and they come in towers. They come in like quartz points. They come in, all different kinds of points you can have. Then you have spheres. So it can be a crystal sphere, like a larger sphere, which, there we go. A larger sphere like so. You could also consider a sphere as beads. Beads where you would use to make jewelry, right? So there's lots of different ways you could use a sphere-shaped crystal. Then you have palm or worry stones. They can be different sizes. They're usually a little bit of a larger size, because you hold them in your palm. Use them for worrying, things like that. Really, really great stone. Then we have heart-shaped stones, and this is one of my mini hearts. See the shape? Mini rose quartz heart. But heart-shaped stones are so beautiful. And then you have like moons and stars, which Cynthia is holding up for you there, the moon and the star shapes, which are also fun shapes to have. And so each of these shapes have a unique energy and a unique vibration. And so, Cynthia, I'm going to ask you to share with a little bit more about the energy of crystal shapes.
Well, the shape is just the shapes fascinate me. They really do. When you feel the energy and you're sensitive to the energy as even if you're not when you start out, usually as you work with crystals, you grow more sensitive to the energy. You can feel the way that the shape influences that energy and the properties of the stone. And we'll get into that more as we go through the sessions of these, very short videos that we're doing. Each shape, as we're going to talk about in the different videos, carries unique vibrations, and this makes them suitable for different spiritual and healing purposes. For example, the points, little mini points, are often used on crystal grids to amplify and point the direction of the energy, intensify the direction of the energy. That's just one example. So, as I said, we'll get into this more in more detail as we go through the next 3 weeks.
Yep, we'll break up and do a couple shapes at a time and in each video so that we can talk a little bit more in detail about those specific shapes' energy. And when you're choosing shapes, a couple things to consider is your intention. What is your intention for using these crystals? What is your energy behind it? what kind of energy are you looking to activate, to encourage, to inspire? So really considering that intention. The way you plan to use the crystal. Like Cynthia just mentioned, points. Points are really great for crystal grids because it amplifies and directs that energy into that grid. Or maybe you want more of like a decorative crystal, something to put in your home to really inspire this energy. So maybe like a cluster or a pointed tower or something like that might be a great option, right? So how do you plan on using the crystal? Um, Consider tapping into your intuitive guidance, your intuition. Really let your own GPS, your own internal GPS, that intuition guide you in what shape to choose. Because sometimes, if you're anything like me, you might get into this space of overthinking which shape to choose, right? Like, but I want this energy, but this one would be good for this, and then you go down this rabbit hole, and it doesn't have to be stressful to choose the shape. Trust that you're going to choose the perfect shape for whatever your intention is, and let your intuition guide you. Another thing to consider is availability and accessibility. What is accessible for you and available for you to use? You don't want it to be difficult for you to get it, and what's affordable to you. All of those things are something to take into account. Now, most of these shapes we're talking about, we do have available at ewbms.com. So if there is a specific shape you're looking for, you can definitely find it there. But you want to consider what is the best option for you. So just take those things into mind when choosing your crystal shapes. And we'll be back in the next couple weeks with some specifically targeted crystal shape videos so you can learn more about each individual shape. If you have any questions about crystal shapes or using crystals, choosing crystals, we would love to hear from you. You can drop a comment below. You can find us on Instagram or Facebook, EWBMS Gems, Essential Wellness Body, Mind, Spirit. We'd be happy to chat with you and support you in picking those crystals and crystal shapes. All right, take care.